Hey everybody, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. Today, I'm starting a series from my friend Ed Monk. He owns Last Resort Firearms Training. Neil and I took an incredible class on active shooter interdiction from Ed. The classroom is incredible. The range stuff is fun. Ed has given me permission to share some of it with you. Not all of it, of course. I want you to go take that class, but enjoy here a little bit of the beauty that Ed teaches in this class.
Throwing targets are lightweight, weatherproof, take thousands of rounds of shooting and make shooting fun. Pick up a set for your next range trip.
If you never had a chance to listen to Dr. William April talk, sorry about that. He's a fascinating guy. I was lucky to hear him 3 or 4 times before he passed away. And one of his quotes that I love is, to properly plan for violence, you must first admit and accept that the world is not as it ought to be. And that's what a lot of people and leaders of organizations, including some churches, obviously not yours, they're not willing to do that yet, but I'll show you some examples of that. This is a come-as-you-are event. Whatever you have in place, gear, mental preparation, plans, whatever you have in place when he fires his first shot is what you've got to work with. I was a social studies teacher, so I can work my topic into anything, as a good teacher can. So this is from Patrick Henry's Liberty or Death speech. It is natural for man to indulge in the illusion of hope, and that's one of the big problems with leaders of organizations is they can't get past hope. We all hope he doesn't come to our location. Nothing wrong with that, but we got to get beyond that. We hope he doesn't come here, but if he does, but most of them can't get beyond the hope. For my part, whatever anguish or spirit it may cost, I'm willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst for it, to know how ugly this is. And a lot of people, and I'll show you some examples, they're just not willing to admit to themselves how ugly it is. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know of no way of judging the future but by the past. So that's exactly true here. To try to get in our mind what we think we're most likely to see if an active shooter ever comes here, we look at the attacks of the past. This, I think, in my research, shows us what is happened most often in the past, therefore most likely to happen in the future. There could be an active shooter somewhere tomorrow in the country that the organization is attacked by 7 lesbian left-handed nuns using crossbows. That's possible, but it's not what's happened in the past, okay? The shooter is a young male. Have there been females? A handful. Have there been older shooters? A few, but by and large, they're young. They plan their attack in a gun-free zone, meaning a place where it's not legal for anybody to have a gun, so when they show up with their illegal gun, they're going to have a monopoly on gunfire for that time gap it's going to take to get cops there, and that time gap is enough time to let them get 30 or 40 or 50 people shot. It's not political. They are simply using math against us. They know they have the time delay to get them enough. Now, this is a trend. By and far, this is true, but this is a trend over the last 3 to 4 years that we've actually seen a slight upswing in attacks in places where it is legal to carry. And sometimes we make them pay the price for that, and sometimes we don't. They usually have multiple weapons, and one of those multiple weapons is a long gun, meaning a rifle or a shotgun. Now, there are several studies out there that would say I'm incorrect in this, that only like 25 to 30% have multiple guns. But those studies use a definition of active shooter that I think is far too broad. If my wife is cheating on me with her boss and I go to her workplace and shoot her and her boss and clock myself out, I consider that a double homicide suicide, not an active shooter, okay? So you will see, you may see studies where they say that's not true, but what I define an active shooter as, they're usually coming with more than one gun. One of them is going to be a long gun, and that's what they're going to start with. They're going to shoot that long gun until it malfunctions or runs out of ammo, dump it, go to the second gun, dump it, go to the next. 4 is the most I've seen. They have a lot of ammo. They last a relatively short time, but that's relative, right? If you go for a doctor's appointment at 3 o'clock and at 3:03 they say he's ready to see you, you think, crap, that's 3 minutes went by, no time at all. I didn't even have time to play on my phone. But if we're all getting shot at in this building for 3 minutes, that'll seem like a freaking eternity.